Fantasy League is back, and what a time to be alive, because this year I'm going for the top 10,000 spot. I'm going to be building the ultimate Game Week 1 team right here, right now. I've seen none of these YouTubers' fantasy teams. I'm going straight off my own knowledge. As an FPL fan for many years, I feel like I've got a decent chance of ranking in the top 10k this year. I had a very strong end to the season last year, but I didn't start off too well. So let's get down to business. Straight up, the prices seem kind of fair. I think Edison at 5.5 million. I think that's a steal. I think that the goalkeepers seem to have a max now of 5.5 mil, which I do quite like. So let's add in Edison to my goal. Straight up, Cancelo, Arnold, Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip. Liverpool defenders are not cheap this year. Now, there is another player I want to get straight off the back. That is going to be for Arsenal. The new signing, Gabriel Jesus. Now, I think he's going to have a really, really good season. Kane, 11.5 is tempting. Jota at 9. I'm not so tempted. I think I'd rather get Salah instead, upgrade to a Salah. Vardy, I don't know, he was a bit inconsistent last year. He scored quite a few, but 9.5 is steep. Antonio, again, there's quite a few tricky ones there. Havertz coming in at 8 million is very tempting, though, for a striker. But I think I'm going to head to Chelsea and move down and find... Oh, it's not in Chelsea yet, but Sterling. I want to get Sterling in because I think City's going to have a really good season. Chelsea going to have a really good season. And at 10 million, he is quite expensive, but I think he could be a key player for Chelsea if he does go there. Calvin Phillips, again, he's not bad. Same for Grealish. If Grealish plays at 7 million, he is going to be a slight bargain. But I think with Haaland in, you have to go for Haaland. I think it's a no-brainer. He could be literally one of the best goal-scoring machines in our generation, and now he's playing for one of the best teams in the world. I do think it's kind of a big risk not having him in the team. So as well, we are going to start up a different league where there's loads of different viewers competing in the league. So definitely, if you do like Fantasy League, get involved in that, please. West Ham are looking very, very scarce with their only one striker, which is quite an interesting one. Nottingham Forest have signed a new boy. Whereas he could be very tempting to get. But I think for now I'm going to stick clear of Nottingham Forest. I do want to have a look at Man United because they're going to be going through a big reshuffle. Sancho, I feel like, it could be his time. I think, Martial's back. Is he going to play? Ronaldo's going, probably, maybe. Fernandes at 10 million is slightly expensive, but Sancho, I'm tempted. I really am tempted. I think I might just do it and see how it goes. If you look at the first week fixtures, Brighton's a nice fixture. Everton could be a nice fixture. City West Ham's kind of tough, but I still think that that City will dominate that sort of game. Coming back to Spurs again, Kulusevski's probably 8 million now. Let's see what he is. Yeah, bang on 8 million. He had a fantastic season last year. He came halfway through, if that, and he scored a lot of goals, and I think he's much better than for price value than Kane, for example. Dyer, Reguilon's not a bad shout. Emerson Royale. But we do need to have a little look at the cheaper side of things. So let's have a look at defenders. I often like to skimp out on defenders because I think going attack heavy can be quite rewarding sometimes. Cash scored a load of goals, and that is very, very tempting for me to get him in. Now let's get Cash in. Then I want to have a look at Crystal Palace for my team. Crystal Palace, they've got a very strong manager. They've got a very strong midfield, and I think that if Elise comes good, he could be a really key player for Palace this year, as long as he stays, as long as he gets game time. So I think he's going to be a differential for me. I'm getting him in. So we're probably going to play a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. So we're going to go back on the defenders. We're going to have a look at 4.5 mil. Let's see who we've got up to 4.5 mil. Giannis and Mings. Then it's tricky. Ben White again. I think he had a great season last year. For an Arsenal defender, 4.5 mil is fantastic value. Then I'm having a look at Everton defenders. Coleman. It's tricky. I don't know. It's tempting, but maybe if I move... Newcastle is one that I want to get a few players in for. Because Newcastle, again, they had a strong season. I mean, Saint-Maximin, if he comes good, he could be a fantastic player. Now, they really did stick together last season, which I thought was quite admirable, honestly. So do I want to go for somebody like some Maximan? And this team's probably going to get roasted. I'm going to react to the pro FPL players teams after this, but I'm going for quite a balanced team. So I've got 28 mil left. I've got 3, 4, 5 players. That's on average about 6 million. So again, I've got a City defender, an Aston Villa defender, an Arsenal defender. I mean, maybe I just break the bank and maybe I do go for a Liverpool defender. Maybe I need Salah. I think if Liverpool, yeah, I've got to get Salah realistically, don't I? That is going to eat heavily into the budget, but let's see. They've signed Darwin, haven't they? Again, Darwin, I think Salah's a must. I think not having Salah is one of the biggest risks in the game. But then it is, who do I transfer out? Do I maybe go for get rid of Sterling, get in Salah, move back to Chelsea, and do I try and look at maybe getting Lukaku? How much is Lukaku this year? He's gone. He's gone back to Inter, hasn't he? Yeah, does the bad transfer business. Well, if Lukaku's gone, Havertz is going to have to play lead striker with obviously, and possibly their new signing Sterling. But I would take Havertz in. I think a 3-4-3 in that case then could work really well. And it is, who do I put on the bench out of these lot? It's probably going to have to be financially wise, getting rid of Sancho or some Maximan. Let's have a look at our defenders again. Let's go to 4.5 million. Who can we get in? Dunk obviously is not a bad bet. Sanchez, is he going to play? That's the question. I think he's got a chance of playing. It just depends, do we want to risk it and then transfer him out? We'll go for Reguilon. He had a good end to the season. And we'll also get in let's go for a really cheap defender. Let's see who can we get for 4 million, It's tough. We have to maybe look at a new signing for Norwich or somebody. Not Norwich, Nottingham, Forest. Okay, let's have a look at who most people have got in their team actually, because that can sometimes be a really good indication of players that are cheap that people have gone for. So Forster for Tottenham's not bad. Yeah, again, hopefully these goalkeepers aren't needed. Southampton, Calabero. Yeah, we'll get him Forster then. Just most teams, although most teams selected by means a lot of chance of transferring him out. So maybe I should go for Keller at Liverpool. Yeah, let's just do that. Defenders. Yannick Vestergaard, is that a new signing? Very good signing, if so. We'll get him in. What about forwards then? Let's see midfielders and forwards. So I'm 3 million in the red, which isn't good. Luis Diaz, of course, he is a big option, especially with Sadio Mane gone. But you've still got one excess player there. It just depends. Do you want to downgrade Salah for a more balanced team? I don't know if I do, But where am I going to find 3 million from? If I get rid of Sancho, I've got 4.5 million there. Martinelli is not a bad alternative to Saka as well. You do kind of want to get an Arsenal midfielder in there because he did play really well. I think, you're looking at value money-wise. If Pepe could have a good season, but maybe I'll stick with Jesus for now. And it really is going to look at what do I want to do with this midfield. Salah's a must for Liverpool. Kulusevski's a must. Havertz, Haaland, Jesus is a good front three. I do want a Man United player in there though. I can't lie. I think I'm going to stick with Sancho because, they're fighting. They're generally fighting for their life. So Rashford, if he stays, could be an alternative for 6.5 mil, and I could save $1 million there. The Rashford rebirth, put it that way, to try and get his career saved. Then I could downgrade some Maximan to a 4.5. Oh, God, it's tough. Or maybe Palace. Maybe I downgrade a Palace player. It's really quite sticky, actually, what I'm going to do here. Maybe cash has to go for Mings. So if I go back on to, Aston Villa, cash, he's going to go Mings for 4.5, or Chambers even could come back in. Then I'm 1.5 down. If I then go back onto midfielders, I'm going to play a 3-4-3. So I do only need... I can downgrade somebody, basically. I could look at downgrading some Maximan, but I do kind of like Newcastle's chances. But then I'd probably leave maybe Elise on the bench. Can you get somebody for 4 mil? No, you can't. Oh, it's a tricky one. El Nene's not a bad shout. Chabla. But I think Andreas maybe Pierre is the best bet, especially if I'm going to keep Rashford. And then it is, where do I find this for 4.5 mil? 0.5 mil. And it is a case of downgrading a keeper. But I like Edison. I like Arnold. Maybe I get Robertson instead of Arnold. Maybe that's the move, really. If I'm going for Salah, maybe I don't need too many Liverpool attacking players. I could go for Robertson instead of Arnold, and that does free up the money that I need to have my final team. So let's enter this squad. Now we got to choose a team name. Let's say East. Gone crazy for now. We'll think of a little football pun later on. We're going to go for Chelsea, Crystal Palace Football Club. We're going to enter the squad. Then let's sort out this team right now. This team is looking absolutely, in my opinion, quite insane. So obviously Havertz is coming in. So Maximan is going to come in for Andreas. Our first sub is going to be, we're going to go Reguilon, then Vestergaard, then Andreas. So I did that the long way round. So we got potentially one sub that's going to play. Again, I'm kind of hoping that, we don't really need too many subs to come in. It's very interesting to see as well that the free hit's gone. Bench boost is back, triple captain's back. We'll save them for later in the season. Who do I want to have as my captain? I mean, Salah at Fulham away is so tempting. But then Haaland, the new boy. But you can't risk Haaland. Jesus is again a bit of a risk. But I think, I think if I look at this team, I'm very happy with this team. I'm gonna leave my code down below for the league. Feel free to join the YouTuber League and challenge me. But thank you for watching my team selection video. We've gone with Edison in goal, Mings, White, Robertson at the back, Salah, captain, Rashford, Kulusevski, Maximan, Havertz, Jesus and Haaland. I think it is a classic team. It's a stunning team. It's strong all across the board, especially when you look at team dynamics. And I'm excited to see where this season goes. Thank you.